All right, everybody, welcome to Bachelor Chat Podcast. Today we're going to be talking about the Bachelor finale with Colton and all that weird stuff going on. Talking about a little bit of dating advice. I'll be answering your questions on Twitter. And as always, I'm here with my amazing host, Renee Ariel.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz... Oh, no, that's the
Okay, yeah.
Wow. Hello, Chad.
All right, hello. How was your weekend?
My weekend was good. It's been an interesting one for sure.
I heard a little bit of a story about the...
Yeah, you guys, man, dating is hard. But wait, before we get into all my dating stories, how have you been? What's new?
I've been good. So I remember, like 2 podcasts ago, we were talking about, I was like, I don't know what to do on dates anymore.
Yeah.
Dating is the one thing where it's like, if you don't use it, you lose it. And I've been using it, and I'm way better at it back again.
Good.
You got this. I got the skills back.
I'm very proud of you. You got your mojo back.
Yeah, it's all about knowing what to do, where to go, when to make what moves and stuff. And it's just like, if you haven't done that in a long time, honestly, you kind of forget. And you're like, what do I do now?
Totally.
Also, vodka helps.
Wait, have you gone on any dates this week?
I've gone on a lot of dates recently.
Oh my God. Wait, what was your best date?
I've probably been on like 20 dates since that whole Caitlyn thing happened. And
I don't know how you managed to go on 20 dates. That's pretty incredible. That should be a world record.
Maybe not 20 because it's been like 14 days. So.
Well, I thought you were doubling up.
Okay, maybe that's a little bit of an exaggeration, but
my dating life has been super interesting. So I've done that thing where like you stop trying. Though I am on a dating app.
Which one?
Hinge.
Oh yeah, that's
because
beautiful.
My friend met her boyfriend on there, and I'm like, you know what? Fine, I'll join the whole app of not swiping. I found it annoying, but I'm trying it out. Haven't met anyone yet from it, but so that's like my only attempts at dating. And then everything that's like falling into my lap, if you will, is so weird. So I have.
How's it weird?
Okay.
Like you're getting the weird dudes?
It's very interesting people coming after me right now. Let me tell you. So this one guy hit me up and he immediately went from, you know how there's the requests to the DMs? He went into my DMs.
Wait, on Hinge?
On Instagram, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, I must know this guy because he's somehow in my DMs and surpassed the message requests. So I opened it because I was curious.
That's weird. How'd that happen?
No idea. I think I found out how. So
you followed him before and then...
I must have because... So this guy asked me out. Was like, hey, let's grab a drink. And I'm like, this guy looks so familiar. And then it hit me. 5 years ago, this was a guy my friend had a crush on. And she hooked up with him. And I'm like, that's weird.
I feel like that's a reasonable amount of time to wait, though.
Yeah, my friend's like, yeah, I don't care. Go on the date. I think it's weird. I'm the one that's like, you hooked up with him 5 years ago, and he knows that I'm your friend. And now, like, LA's a big city. So I'm very iffy about even going for a drink with him. And he's been, like, pursuing me, but I think that's odd.
I don't know. I mean, sometimes I'll see that, like, 3 of my girls are hanging out with each other at the same time. And I'm like, shit, which one? I was going to ask one of them to hang out. Now I got to, like, choose. You can't. But, I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess it depends on, like, how much you know them or, like, if you really dated that friend. But
he didn't date the friend. Like, they hooked up and she had a crush on him. They, like, lived in the same building.
Deal. That's not a big deal.
It just weirds me out. Let me know, you guys, if you think it's weird.
Because it's like your Eskimo sisters?
Yeah, I know that saying and I've never used it in my life, but yeah, I don't know how I feel about being an Eskimo sister. So that's one thing going on. The next one is, as you know, last week.
It's too small of a world out here. You got
it is.
You're going to Eskimo somebody.
Oh my God. But the other guy we talked about last week, the guy from my gym. So I've been avoiding eye contact, which is not the most mature. I feel awkward about it. But then he responded to my story, which was of my friend was like swinging on a swing. This is my good friend Khalil. Shout out to Khalil. Love him to death. And I think maybe he thinks I'm dating this guy. I don't know. But look what he responded. What would you make of that? So he responded just like pretty much an observation. And I don't know why. And we haven't talked.
He's just the reason he's saying so. He's just saying, oh, with the combat boots. He's just saying,
being jealous.
I see you with another guy. That's what he's saying.
Yeah,
I see
you. Okay, that's assuming that we're...
He's kind of like hoping you'll tell him something about like, oh, that's just a friend is what he was hoping.
And I just said, haha.
Yeah, so yeah, you pretty much gave him no. no juice. He knows nowhere to take it now.
Yeah, I don't know what to do. I haven't talked to him. Today I did say hi at the gym because we were crossing paths, and I don't know why I feel so awkward about it, but so that went down, and that's pretty much the end of my love life going on right now. So there's the guy who seems to be jealous, but also like hasn't made a move to try to go out again. And then this, and then the last thing that happened to me today is I was rushing to get here. I was about 5 minutes late today. And as I was running from the place I was getting coffee back to the gym to grab my bags to come here.
You were literally running?
I was running. This guy goes, wait, do you have a second? I'm like all frazzled. I'm like, no, I really have to go. He's like, just 1 second. I've been on a conference call this time. I wanted to just say one thing. And I'm like, listen, I really got to go. And he's like,
a random guy?
Random guy. He wasn't bad looking. And he was like, are you single? And you know, girl brains, immediately you want to say yes, but for whatever reason, and I don't know why I did this, I was being honest. I was like, yep, I'm single. I should have made up that I had a boyfriend, because then, and here's the thing, like, I don't know why I did this. I was just in a rush. And then he goes, do you have an Instagram? Like, could I get your Instagram? And for whatever reason, I gave this guy my Instagram as I was running into the building. I don't know why.
Nothing wrong with that. Say if you don't like him, you can just block him.
True. However, like, this guy was a little, like, is that a red flag that he was being so pushy as I was running into the gym?
Kind of a green flag, really, because it shows he's confident as shit. I wouldn't even do that. Like, that's ballsy.
Yeah, I was very taken.
That's actually a tactic, though, in, like, pickup artist groups, is to, like, catch a girl completely off guard.
Well, it worked.
You, like, run up to him on the street, like, hey, you're gorgeous. And they're like, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, the guy followed me.
It worked. I mean, I guess he got your information. So.
Oh, God. Yeah, he got my...
Now what he's going to do is he's going to slow play it because he did so, like, he went so hard then. And then you're going to be like, wait, now that guy's not writing me. Why isn't he writing me? And then you're going to start liking him and start thinking, like, what, he didn't like me enough? He didn't like my pictures? Then all of a sudden he's going to slide in, like, 3 weeks, 2 months from now.
If that happens, that I will let you know. So far, he has not DM'd. I don't think. I haven't checked my message requests. I just know he followed me because I checked when I got here. I'm like, maybe this guy didn't even know. Like, I just shouted it. You know, I didn't write it down for him. He followed me. He might even be watching this. I don't know.
That'd be funny.
That would be funny. So that's what's going on in my life with my non-existent love life. But there have been some attempts, maybe some potential suitors, maybe, but I don't know. It's all very odd. And I want something to be easy.
Yeah, it's never easy.
It's never going to be easy.
It's never easy. The one thing I have figured out in dating is that you have to figure out a routine. So, like, I know now exactly what I want to do at the start of the date, where my plan is to go next, and then what my plan is at the end. But you gotta have like a set little plan. Like when somebody's like, "You want to go hiking?" No, I fucking don't.
Yeah, why do people hike on dates?
I don't know. Some girl asked me to go jump out of a plane yesterday on Hinge. I was like, no, I don't want to do. Like,
oh, you're also on Hinge?
Yeah, of course.
I'm gonna wear Hinge buddies.
It's like Instagram. It's the same people as on Instagram, except they're putting themselves out there more blatantly to be like, hey, I'm looking to like hang out or whatever.
Yeah, Hinge has been treating me well in the sense of I like that. You get to, there's like the 3 prompts that they have.
Oh, you get to like choose something and write to it?
Wait.
I still do this.
We have to do, hold on. This is fun. Let's do our 3 prompts. Yeah. Oh, your phone's over there.
Yeah, my phone's on the thing.
Dang, fine. I'll do it this week, but next week it's on you because so I'm on Hinge. And my 3 prompts are, let me see. I think so I did I'm overly competitive about ping pong. Very true. I love me some ping pong. Big fan, in case you guys don't know. And I think mine are boring. Tell me if they are, be honest.
That doesn't really tell you shit about anything, though.
Well, that's only one. And then my next one is...
That's like super pointless, though. I'd be like, all right, fucking, okay. Like,
good for you, bitch. Cool. Go play your ping pong.
Who's going to say that everybody likes ping pong? Like, there's nobody that hates ping pong.
But I'm good at ping pong.
Sorry, I'm shit-talking your profile
here.
You
really are. Chad's roasting me today.
That tells me nothing.
Okay, wait, that's not it,
I'm going to ask you to do a ping pong date.
Actually, guys have. That's been a pickup line. I mean, and then
I'd say beer pong.
On my bucket list, I'm also good at big beer pong. On my bucket list to go to Magic Castle in Hollywood. Because if I could find a guy, even on a first date, if that's our last date, I've wanted to go to Magic Castle for a long time.
Okay.
And no one has connections that, well, that's not true.
You gotta have connections to get in there?
Yeah, you can't just go see the magicians, Chad. You have to know a magician.
Oh, I thought it was...
I don't know any magicians, so I just need someone to take me.
Okay, so... So you've got something that basically nobody can do, and you're using somebody that would maybe want to take you on a date, but really you just want to go to the Magic Castle.
Okay, I'm not swiping right on them or clicking the button or whatever just because they're going
That's
to take
like me putting on my thing. I like to be taken on jets.
That's so different.
I mean, but it's the same scenario. You're just wanting to use them to take you to the Magic Castle.
I could meet my husband on this app, and we could go to the Magic Castle for the first date, okay?
Yeah,
he could be my husband and also
but
have
if he's
connections
taking you to the
magicians.
Magic Castle, he's taking other people to the Magic Castle.
Whoa.
If he's got access like that.
I mean, it's possible, man. But my last one is an overshare. You're going to judge me so hard with this, but it's an overshare. I get into black holes of watching Dr. Phil on YouTube.
Okay.
Right? You just learn a lot about me.
So you like laying around, you like magic stuff and ping pong. So
I sound like a loser.
They know 3 activities that you like.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not bad.
Thank you.
What mine says, you'll like me, and then I put, if you're a bit of a sarcastic bitch.
Okay.
So that's good. I get a lot of responses from that because they're always like, hey, I'm a sarcastic bitch. What's up?
What up? Yeah, I like that.
And then just because I don't want like a girl that's just like super, super, just normal and sweet all the time. Like I want somebody with a little bit of sass. You know what I mean?
I get that.
And I feel like it's not even necessarily about being sarcastic or sassy. It's about being
How
intelligent.
they respond. Yeah.
Well, because in more intelligence, more people that are intelligent are actually more sarcastic and more like witty and stuff. So I just like somebody that can kind of like
keep up,
go back and forth. Yeah.
Totally.
And then the other thing I put is if you're down to just hang out and have a simple, no extravagant date, meaning like I'm not going to go take you out and spend $300-$400 because chances are I'm going to take another girl out the next day.
Hold on. Have you ever been on a date where you spend $300 to $400?
Every time.
What is wrong with you?
I spent like $800 last week.
800?
Yeah. You spent, okay, if you think about it.
I'm so confused.
Dinner plus drinks. You're at 90 to 120 depending upon where you go in Hollywood.
You mean for the both of you though?
The both of you, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Then you take into the next place. Let's say you do 2 shots each and a drink. That's another 85 or something, and you still only had 3 or 4 drinks and dinner. So you're already at $200 and something, not counting the Ubers, not counting everything else.
You pay for the Uber too?
So yeah. So
what
I'm
a gentleman.
Hold
on, let's take a moment. Not everyone pays for the Uber.
Well, they're not being Ubered home, I'll tell you that.
Oh my God. Listen, I think for guys, dating is a whole different experience. Because like as a girl, and listen, I am a bit old-fashioned in the sense of I like when a guy offers to pay for the first date. I will always offer myself, but I would appreciate a guy to be like, no, I got it, before I even think for a second that I'm doing it. Because to me, I think it shows that they're investing in the relationship. Right. So I think it's so crazy
it's
that
weird
guys...
that I have to make an investment first. Like, it would be nice if you had to make an investment. That's why I try to keep the investment as little as possible.
Well, $300 to $400 is not as little as possible. That's insane.
$200, that's pretty... I feel like I'm making it out pretty good there.
See, I've had guys, I mean...
Most of the time, what I do is I start off in my apartment. Meet me at my place.
Start at your apartment?
Yeah, take a shot.
I'd be so scared I'd get murdered. I would never go to it.
Yeah, but I got a blue check. I got a blue check. It's like, hey, he's verified that he hadn't murdered anybody yet, so you're probably safe. You know what I mean? So it gives me a little bit of that extra. But I'll tell you the one thing... Oh, shit, what was I going to say?
Wait, do you have a blue check mark on Hinge, or do you just mean you like connect your Instagram?
Yeah, Instagram.
Oh my God.
I mean, it helps a little bit just because, like I said, people know that you're not like a killer or whatever, but it's still just so expensive.
Dating is expensive for guys.
The one thing I'm still dealing with is I feel like a lot of girls still want to like hook up, but no one still takes me seriously just because of The Bachelor. If they know me from from The Bachelor, which is 99% of where everybody knows me from, I still can't take, like, nobody takes me like as a serious date. It's like, hey, let's go take some shots and, you know.
But that's not cool because you're trying to find someone, right? Okay, tell me now. Are you dating to date right now, or are you dating to find someone? Dating
to find. I mean, It's like when you're playing basketball. You're playing basketball until you get called for the NBA. You know what I mean? Like, are you trying to get signed to the NBA? Well, yeah, but I also like playing basketball. So if I do get signed to the NBA, that's a bonus. I'm waiting for it. I'm looking for that contract. If it's out there, I'm going to sign it.
So you have fun dating, but you are also in the back of your head like, I could find someone doing this.
Right, yeah, exactly. Okay. I mean, the whole point, it could be the first date. It could be something, and I know very quickly what it is I want. So, I mean, it could be the first date, and I'm like, this is the one.
This is it?
Yeah. Never really, they end up being crazy whenever they agree with you, I feel like, a lot of times.
Yeah, you just never know, man. You could think...
Because that passion of, like, when it gets that strong that quickly.
Then you butt heads.
Yeah.
Because it's too much. That's fair. I don't know. I think we all say when you know, but I also think that a lot of the time there's a split second with someone we even like just a decent amount. We're like, oh, maybe this is it. So then if it works out, you think in your head, I knew it all along. But if it doesn't,
right,
you're not going to talk about the fact that you thought maybe it could be. So I don't really know if I believe that. I don't know when you'll know.
Well, I think the one thing that I know, and the one thing I always bring back to, especially like when it comes to The Bachelor, is talking about like half of these guys on this show, more than half, probably 90% of these guys have not dated girls. I was sitting there watching the finale just a few minutes ago with Jason and Blake and Garrett and Ben, and it's just,
you were watching it with them.
No, I was watching it with them on it.
Oh,
they were on.
like,
they were on the show, and it's just 100% absolutely evidently clear to me that these guys have never done what I've done. They've never been on 100 dates. They don't, in a row. They don't know what they want. Mm-hmm. So they just take these first girls and they end up in these like relationships, which are like based upon TV and Instagram deals because they don't know what they want. Like you can tell me, I can list you off everything exactly what I want. I can tell you what she's going to look like, what her body's going to look like, what her personality is like, what she likes to do for fun. And I know what I want, and I can within 5 minutes of meeting a girl or taking her for a drink be like, huh. She'll be cool for a couple days. She'll be cool for a couple weeks. I could potentially marry her. Like I know what her longevity is that I'm gonna like her for. You know?
Yeah,
what I mean?
I think that the person you end up with is going to be a total surprise. I think you have it all mapped up in your head, but when you meet that person,
doesn't work
yet. I believe it's going to, but we should get into speaking of The Bachelor. Last night was absolute insanity and totally switched me. So I have been on board with, the rumors of Hannah B possibly being Bachelorette. I was on board with that, but last night made me total team Hannah G. After watching the two breakups with Tayshia,
she looks legit,
and Hannah seems so genuine, and I love because. So if you guys, I'm sure you are listening, have seen this episode. Colton broke up with the two remaining girls, still has Cassie in his heart, but like. Usually on After the Final Rose, the girls that we see are so composed and act as though after seeing the journey, I totally understand why you picked her and blah, 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 blah. Like if you really fell for this person, you'd still be hurt. And Hannah was the most relatable this episode because she told it how it was. She's like, yeah, I watched it back. I don't know what went wrong. And I'm so happy that we got that because it seemed real. I felt for her.
Yeah, even though we didn't get to see a lot, I did feel like her emotions were real.
Yeah.
Like it didn't really show a whole lot of like her falling for him. But I feel like she's just that type of girl where she just doesn't really have a lot of emotions, you know what I mean? Until they like explode out.
Yeah.
And she's like, I thought you knew I loved you. She's one of those girls where like she talks to you at the bar and you're like, she must have a boyfriend. And then like, you get a DM like 2 weeks later or something saying like, hey, I was really into you. And you're like, what? Like, I saw no signs, there was no emotion.
Yeah, I wonder if it was that or if it's more of like her edit though. I do wonder because her best friends were... I
don't know why they would edit out her emotions though.
The only reason I think they edited out a big part of her personality is because her best friends were Demi and Hannah B. And those girls have like lots of sass.
So every time she was with them, they were overtaking maybe?
Yeah, probably. Because I just can't imagine her being that just like, not robotic, because I don't want to say that, but she just didn't show a lot of her personality this season. And I think that's because of her edit. Because there's no way that girl had that little of a personality, but was was best friends with Demi and Hannah B. Because they are so full of life.
Demi was literally like... I don't know. I don't know if I like her
like
personally.
Demi?
I don't know. I don't know if I would like absolutely not be able to stand her or if I really would like her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think it would depend upon whether I was dating her. If I was dating her, if she was my girl, I feel like I could probably like be like, yeah, that's Demi. She's crazy. But I feel like if it was like my friend's girlfriend, I'd be like, bro, come on. Like,
that's interesting.
You got to calm her down.
I like Demi. I'm into Demi. I don't think I'd like her so much for Bachelorette. I think I really want to see her in Paradise. I think that's where she'll thrive.
She said she was interested in Nick Viall.
What?
Yeah. And like I saw it, and Ashley I was like, he's like 38, right? And she was like, I've dated older. Like, damn, Demi. Like, fucking.
They would be an interesting pair. I would love to watch that play out on screen. However, it would be the funniest thing ever if Nick Viall went back to Paradise after being The Bachelor.
He says he wouldn't, but I mean, what else is he doing?
He would. That's such BS.
Like he's selling essential oils. Like, bro, he'll go back.
I think he would too. What did you think of Tayshia's breakup?
Okay, so Tayshia to me was the most like where you're watching like, okay. Like, it took you 5 minutes to get into character. Like he told you he was breaking up with you and she couldn't decide she was just like, okay.
You think it was fake?
To me, it seemed very much. It seemed like she knew it was coming. Mm-hmm. She was already ready for it. She was trying to be nice, but then she couldn't decide how to play it whenever he came and told her. Because it took her like, what, to 5, 10, 15 minutes before then she started crying finally, but she had to do it off camera. It's like, what? Like, he's right there. Like when somebody's sitting right there in front of you and you supposedly love them and they tell you that they're not interested in being with you, you're going to be like immediately like, wait, what? Like what? Where did this come from?
See, for me, this is how I felt about the Tasha situation.
She's got like PTSD or something. I don't know.
I think that when you're that blindsided, if that's what happened, you would initially just be in shock and not process that fully. You'd be like, wait, you're leaving? And then I think when it really hit her, she was like, can we just talk off camera? I don't think she was believing what was happening.
That could be true.
However,
I do that sometimes where I pretend like I'm like, cool, that's cool, then go.
And then
later I'm like, what? Oh, she was so beautiful.
100%.
Where will I find another one?
The one thing that really surprised me, and we did talk about this last week, was when they had their fantasy suite date, the morning was awkward as hell. Like that, her smile, her pretending things were cool, but also being weird about it makes me think that she wasn't as blindsided as we were led to believe last night. But I don't know, because I think either way you are going to be in shock regardless, because it was out of nowhere. Like she should have been sent home next rose ceremony.
I feel like when you're in the bed with somebody, if you're supposedly in a relationship and or you're dating somebody seriously and nothing happens, which it probably didn't, like you're going to know.
Yeah.
Like if a girl told me like, oh yeah, but I've never done anything, I'd be like, well, you don't want to like touch it or nothing. Like you don't want to even give me the idea that you were like physically attracted to me. So that's what I feel like probably happened there. It was just like nothing physical. They kissed a little bit.
Probably.
Cameras went away and he was like, good night.
Yeah, I think that's what happened as well I think that's how she knew something was off. However, what I'm saying is though, like, I think she knew she wasn't going to win. Yeah. I think it was the being blindsided by how she was sent home. Like that girl thought she had another week in her. She was like, the rose ceremony's not till next week.
That's true, but there's only 3 people left. Like there couldn't be a whole lot of...
But no one knew what day it was. I mean, Hannah G's journaling this episode. Like, can't wait to see Cole in on our fantasy date. So, like, I think Tasha fully thought, like, okay, if I do get sent home, it's going to be next rose ceremony. So when he came, and then you probably have all these questions of, like, so did he send everyone else home? Like, what's going on? Why is he crying? Like, there's a lot of questions.
Yeah.
I mean, we know as viewers what went down. They don't know. And if they had seen the show before, like, if I was in Tasha's position, I'd be like, what the hell is going on? Like, I've seen The Bachelor. Like, this isn't how it ends. It's crazy. So I get it. I just think she was so well composed, and she seemed so mature for after the final rose.
Yeah, I feel like she handled it really well. It just,
so
me, it seemed like, I feel like Tasha knew more than Hannah G. I feel like Hannah G maybe thought it was between her and Cassie, and she thought that like, yeah, he's acting a little crazy around Cassie, but like, you know, we have something deeper.
100%, totally agree.
I just don't buy that Tasha didn't know that it wasn't her.
I think Tasha knew it wasn't her. I just think Tasha thought she was going to last longer and wasn't ready to go home in general. Yeah. I think that's what blindsided her. And then, of course, regardless of if you know it might not happen, there's that piece of you that's like, but like it still maybe could. That is, you know, 2 other girls left, maybe. Yeah. So I think there was that maybe in her head that made her feel so blindsided. But Hannah G, like I'm there for her because we watched the whole season where he was giving her a lot of reassurance to the point where
Hannah G or Tasha?
Hannah G.
Oh yeah.
All her first half of the season, he was giving her so much reassurance that I kept saying like on our after show on here, like he's obsessed. 23, 24? She's young. She's gorgeous, and I thought she looked really so good on AFR, and I'm just so happy she came across as real as she could, because that's the kind of answers I was looking for as a viewer of like, you were obsessed with this girl 3 weeks ago.
The only thing I'll say I think I'm afraid of is the fact that like she is such like an influencer that she's just gonna choose whichever guy's the most liked on Bachelor in Paradise. Like she already had her chance at maybe this worked out for real, but now since the first time didn't work out for real, she's like, fuck it, I'm gonna play the game. You know?
I could see her in Paradise for sure. I do think Hannah B, I mean, it's getting announced tonight. We'll find out if it really is, if the rumors are true. If Hannah B is the Bachelorette, I find her way more interesting to watch than Hannah G. However, I find Hannah G was just so relatable last night that it made me want her. I wanted her to get
She
what
would
she
be
deserved.
a good-looking bachelorette.
She's gorgeous, and I can't get over how real and raw last night was in her interview. Like, it spoke to everyone. I went online on Twitter.
Yeah.
Everyone was talking about how much they loved Hannah G. They've completely switched, and it makes me wonder, and tell me this, knowing kind of how The Bachelor works and probably knowing from experience with people, she's gorgeous. Do you think it's possible if they've already signed possibly like another Bachelorette, let's say it was Hannah B, is it possible after a night like last night where everyone...
they can swap it out.
They can?
Yeah, they can swap it out, but they, like last minute. Like
Even if they shot...
Even if they shot stuff, yeah, that could be just a diversion, really.
Wow, because I was wondering that.
They shoot stuff just as, I think they did that to Brittany on Caitlin Bristow's season. They shot all this stuff, and then they're like, by the way, Caitlin's in here, and then, now you're gone.
Because I just think...
They do that stuff.
I feel for Hannah B. I do, and I was so happy for her mainly because with all the going back and forth with Caitlin and the competition and how hard Caitlin was playing for that Bachelorette crown, like, I was so happy for her.
Caitlin
but I think...
Yeah.
Hannah,
she doesn't seem like a human to me.
Everything seems very calculated. And I'm not about that because I will say, and I'll say it again, she spread a really important message across this past season, and I'm so happy that she did, and I thought that was very brave of her. But I'm going to leave that on its own and tell you as a person throughout the season, she did seem very fake and calculated. And it didn't it seemed like more of a game to her, especially seeing her on Women Tell All. So I'm so happy she's not in the running. But between the Hannahs, I'd be happy with either one of them.
So what do you think? I got a question about Colton. What do you think about like the fact that he keeps pressing the thing with Cassie, but it's like, to me, it's 100% obvious, like, dude, you're in the friend zone. Like, you're not getting out. Like, you're a sweet dude. She thinks you're fun and cool. Maybe she'll make out with you a little bit. She might even hook up with you, but like, you're not the guy that can make her feel the way other guys can. It's just what it seems like, right?
Here are my thoughts. I think with Cassie, it's so up in the air for me right now because I think it's so possible that that's true, and she's like, sure, she doesn't want to end up with this guy, but she'll like maybe go out with him and like give it a shot. Or it could be, because I've been there where I'm not like at the point of being ready to be in a relationship. This was me like 2 years ago where I was like, oh, I don't know. Like, don't put all your eggs in one basket with me. Like, I don't know. But I ended up falling head over heels. So I think it really could go either way. I just think at the end of the day, all it shows, like mainly for sure, is that this girl is not ready for a fully serious relationship. She's not. She may be in a month.
I mean, to me, I feel like she should have just, if she really, really liked him, she would have just gone with it. To me, it's about the fact, so the only thing that holds me back, if I really like a girl, the only thing that holds me back from getting into a serious relationship with one girl is if there's another girl. And I'm like, I got to explore that option first. So to me, she's thinking, yeah, I could go with this guy, but like there's going to be all these like new guys on Bachelor in Paradise.
Yeah,
like, because otherwise, if she really did like him, she would just say, screw it, let's get engaged. We're not getting married. We're getting engaged. We're saying that we're planning to get married. You know, a lot of couples do that.
Yeah, I don't know. I really can't get it. Cassie was just so confused that last episode, and we'll see obviously how everything plays out tonight. I think that they're fully gonna end up dating and then break up in 10 months. Like I'm seeing that for him. I do think he lost his virginity because he had his no more virgin haircut.
I thought the hair looked good. I thought,
that was like
a little bit like, damn it.
I got laid haircut.
Because I like to talk shit about him, but I was like, damn, the hair looks way better. He looks way better with the hair like that.
He looks relaxed now, and like he's actually more chill. Like that's kind of what I get from the haircut. I'm sure he's got like a hairdresser and for sure.
He just like they just lifted him out of bed and like put his suit on and did his hair, and he's like he's all chilling. Yeah, he's looking like Bill Clinton coming out of the room, like like popping his neck, like, oh yeah.
Well, I think we'll get more into part 2 and kind of how everything plays out next week, because that was pretty much a breakup for what went down this week. But before we go, I want to answer some of your questions. Yeah, so what hashtag were people using? Is it just Bachelor Chad? Or at you?
I might have to put at me, yeah.
Chad, are you just phone. Chad Johnson?
Oh shit, my phone's off anyway because I got the low power battery.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, how long has it been doing that?
Oh, it just started, I believe, because I looked up. Okay, so we're going to answer some of your dating questions. You got a guy's perspective, you got a girl's perspective, and we will see what is on Twitter.
Okay.
So
let's see what we got going on.
Okay, what do we have for questions today?
Okay,
we'll
for
answer
Twitter.
What do we got?
The old twits. Okay.
I've never called it the old twits in my life. Ever.
It's new.
The old twits.
It's getting weird. Come on. Okay, here we go. See if we got any good questions. It's like not loading right now.
Uh-oh. Do you want me to... Oh, my God.
Okay. What?
Oh, my God. This is great. Hold on. Sorry. I just found something when I went to the main page of Twitter, and I just have to bring it up. So Felicity Huffman and Lori Loughlin are indicted in national call. Oh, indicted. Oh, my God.
I can't. You won't let me pull up my Instagram stories because of the stupid live I just saved.
What?
Well, we're in trouble. It won't let me pull up my Instagram stories because I just saved the live.
Uh-oh. But they're in this whole scandal. I guess they were paying for their daughters to get in?
I don't know.
That's crazy. This is trending right now.
Let's see. Okay. You want to see? You want to roll through these and see some questions?
Yeah. Let me look.
There's another one too. If you scroll over to the next one, there's another series of questions.
Is that date? Which one's dating?
They're both dating.
They're both dating? Okay. So, okay, a lot of people are asking, are you and Nicole together? Can you answer this?
Can't answer that.
Okay. What would be the perfect date for you?
The perfect date for me is, I always like to do something simple. So like I said, I like come over to my place, see that I have a nice place, have a drink, then we get to like decide together where to go out to, because I don't like putting all that weight on me, because what if the place sucks?
Yeah.
So I can come over to my place, we have a nice little drink, we talk about like, what is it you're looking for? Like, you want some tacos? You want some burgers? Okay, cool. Then we find a place, we go get some food, nice little appetizers. I like Bubba Gump, by the way, because they have like the absolutely worst.
Ew!
They have the worst health food, but it's delicious.
I hate Bubba Gump.
And it makes a nice little stomach coating for the margaritas.
Oh my God. Nice little stomach coating. I love it.
So
okay.
then after that, I like to go to like another little bar, they have another drink or something.
Okay.
And then from there, it's like, it's whatever.
It's whatever. I would say
it's free game after that. You both got a couple drinks in you, and if you're obviously at that point, you've already switched from 3 different locations. You know what I mean? Because now that makes it, if you just meet up at one place and have one, like if you meet at a place to eat dinner, you've been at one location. Mm-hmm. But by meeting somebody at 3 separate locations, it makes them feel like you've known them a lot longer. And it also makes it them a lot more comfortable with you, because now they've been with you to 3 different places. It's almost the same as going on 3 different dates.
That's interesting. I would say for a first date, it's funny that you say that, because my last date that never happened was supposed to be at 3 different locations. So that's...
Sorry, see?
Well, that's weird.
But the thing is,
thinking about that.
If you get me sitting down, I want food and I want a drink or two.
Same.
And I can talk
please
to you.
feed me, and I'd like some champagne as well.
Yeah.
That's all. That's
I
all
just want to
can ask
nibble,
for.
and I want to sip, and I want to talk to you.
And I want to talk to you as I'm feeling a little bit buzzed, just
maybe
in case
I want
there's
some
no
other
connection.
people around that like I can talk shit on them if I want to. We can have some fun. We can watch another guy bomb on a date.
I love people watching on dates.
Yes.
It's my favorite thing, especially if you see someone on a really awkward date
Oh,
and
yeah.
then you just watch and you make
and then
jokes.
it makes you feel cool. You're like, look at this douchebag.
Oh, yeah, I can't
He's screwing up
relate.
that date. We're awesome right now,
We're
but
fine.
they're losers.
100%. Okay, so someone did ask, and I just want to answer this quickly. How do you slide into the DMs? If you guys want to know that, we actually answered that on a previous episode, so make sure to look out for
That's
that.
Bachelor Chad. Keep it simple.
Keep it simple. How do you meet people? Well, as you may have learned earlier in the episode, apparently anywhere. You could be running into the gym to get your bags to then leave and come for a podcast. It could be on Hinge. I just think the most important thing is like leave your house. Like go out somewhere, because you never know who you're gonna meet.
Hey, I tell you, when I was dating the absolute most, when I would go out with my friends, I would never meet anybody. But I started going out alone in my own hometown when I was out of town.
Going out alone makes you less intimidating as well. Because I would feel, and I've done that before.
It's a little weird, but you get like one beer and you sit down at the bar, and then all of a sudden, I can't tell you how many like groups all of a sudden I'm in, or how many girls I've talked to, where all of a sudden they're like, so where are your friends? Who are you here with? And you're like, oh, just me.
Yeah,
and you're like, all of a sudden you're in a group of like 8 people that are like your new friends, and you're like, nah, I just walked in.
It's a very good way to meet people.
Walked in and had a beer, and now here we are.
Okay, and then we'll do one last question because we are running out of time, and I think this will be only for you because it hasn't happened to me. Has an A-list celeb ever DM'd you?
No, I don't think so.
What letter celeb would you say has?
Probably like C and D.
C and D? Okay.
Yeah, I don't think. I've never really had many TV people or anything. It's kind of like, but TV people and reality people, they don't really interact. it's kind of weird how it's like two separate worlds. Like you can be the most successful reality star, but you're still like to a TV person seen as like shit.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, I'm not on reality TV. I've had like a guy that's a musician, not like super popular, but has had his songs be on the Billboard charts or whatever. So I've had that happen, and to be honest, that's been like the worst for me because I get these DMs from this guy last minute, like, "What are you doing tonight?" And like, I'm busy because I have plans and I have a life, and I'm not like last minute making dates.
Maybe you thought you were sitting around playing ping pong and watching Dr. Phil YouTube videos. Yeah, went to my Hinge
profile, like, this girl's a loser. Let me get her out tonight. But yeah, that guy's done that so many times. I haven't had a good experience with like D-list, C-list.
Maybe you just run with it though. Maybe that's how he's comfortable on the first date.
Maybe, but like I think you should plan
a lot of times
advance.
I do that. Like I'll hit girls up last minute, but that's because I literally decided at 9 o'clock that I wanted to do something.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, hey, what are you doing on 9 o'clock Friday night? And like some of them will assume like, oh, he's just looking for a hookup, but it's like, no. I just was trying to decide whether, like, do I want to lay in bed and get really good rest and, like, eat some protein and gain muscle, or do I want to, like, take you out on a date? And I'd finally decided last minute.
And spend that $300, $400.
Yeah, exactly. I'm
right.
trying to reduce that. I'm trying to figure out a way to reduce
Just
that.
don't go to all these fucking places. Go to one restaurant. And go for a happy hour. Man, happy hour is great.
Happy hour is too early.
There's like
I'm not
happy
trying
hours.
to do day dates. Okay, men do not do day dates.
Day dates, yeah.
Doesn't never
I don't
work
like
out
it.
for
I like
me.
an evening date. I think you could go at like 6:30.
I like to start at like 8.
Oh my god! Then go for a late night happy hour. But on that note, you
late
guys,
night happy hour.
We should go. Late night happy hour. It's at after 10 o'clock.
Wait, how's that? Wait, happy hour is during happy hour. That's like 4 to 7. How can there be a late night happy hour? That's not even happy hour.
Do you live under a rock?
I don't know. I live in Studio City.
Oh my god! Yeah, I live near Studio City as well. And guess what, Chad? There is late night happy hour.
I just go to the same place every time.
Okay, well, it's time to switch things up because clearly that place does not have a late night happy hour.
Oh, yeah. So last not least, I think we got to wrap this up. But we do have X on the Beach coming up again Thursday. So Thursday, you're going to get to watch more of the drama of my ex, who, like, everybody online hates her.
Why? The one that we interviewed?
Yeah.
Oh, I like her. She's sweet.
She's just kind of a big mouth.
Is she running her mouth?
She runs her mouth a lot.
I've
you know what I mean? She's cool, but like if you say anything, like if you're like, "Hey, your shirt looks dumb," she'll be like, "Yeah, well, your entire family." You know what I mean? Like it's just like, whoa.
Whoa, hold on.
Well, yeah.
Okay, well, Chad, I'm so looking forward to next week so we can talk about X on the Beach and the part 2 finale of The Bachelor. But in the meantime, if you guys want to follow me around and ask me some dating questions, you can follow me at Renee Ariel on Instagram and on Twitter.
And you can follow me at Real Chad Johnson on everything.
Cool. Well, we'll be back here next Tuesday.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.